Hello friends, and welcome to TurtleQueenGaming, and back to Cinders. We just left the merchant shop with an extra 25 sovereigns for myself. I don't know what I'm going to spend it on. I could bring it back to Cormosa, but I don't think I will, because I renegotiated the deal, so it's my money now. She was already spending that 200 sovereigns in her mind. I could stop by the tavern and treat myself with this money. But if I brought it back to Cormosa, I'm sure she'd appreciate it. Then again, we're struggling to make ends meet as well. And I really don't need to go to the inn, except if I want to talk with the captain, because I'm sure he's still drinking there. You know what? Deep down, I'm a kiss ass, so I think I will cozy up to my stepmother. I'm gonna make that bitch like me, whether she likes it or not. I thought I could do something fun with the money. Going to the inn. Why waste the money? I could stop by the forest since I have 25 extra sovereigns. Yeah, just do that. Whoops. I should be able to visit. See, maybe I can visit the lake on the way back. And I can use the sovereigns to make her, you know, not be angry. Maybe I should stop by the forest before I return home to Cormosa and my stepsisters. It might be nice to have a little break after all. It's getting late, and I really need to hurry. I'm heading home now. Oh. Never mind. I thought it was going to let me, but it didn't. The journey back to my house was much too short. I am not looking forward to facing Cormosa or my sisters again. At least I got a rare reprieve from their insults today. I wish it had lasted longer. At least I returned early. Maybe Cormosa will actually notice. Cinders, I did not expect you back so soon. Oh. Did you forget any of the errands I asked you to do? Don't act so surprised. You're the one who told me to hurry back after all. And no, I didn't forget anything. I admit, I didn't expect you to actually finish so quickly. There's a chance I underestimated you. Tell me how the deal went. Did you spend all the money I gave you? Right. The money. They really want you to keep that money on you, don't they? Well, Tobias asked for 200 gold pieces, but I convinced him to give me a discount. Is that so? Here are the 25 gold pieces I saved. Well, not bad for someone like you. I admit, I am both surprised and impressed. Damn. You did well today. You may have managed to outperform Sophia and Gloria. Am I really hearing this? You think I did a good job? See? So you mean I am useful? I only admit that you did well in this one task. One success means little. However, if you're saying you will continue to perform this well in the future, that is a different matter entirely. You may return to your room now. I will send Sophia with some leftovers for you after dinner. Will do. Thanks. Why can't I eat dinner with you? Bitch. Wow, Cormosa was almost nice to me. Am I dreaming? I suppose if I make life a little easier on her, she will do the same for me. Now that I think about it, running this entire house alone must be terribly difficult. No wonder Cormosa always seems so upset. Maybe I really am growing up. See? There are different things involved in everything. That's why you should always look at something from other people's point of view. My lord, you have I've been told you wanted to see me. I have been informed of the hostage situation in the marketplace today. I also heard that you handled the situation rather admirably. For that I commend you. Thank you, my lord, but the truth is that I regret having to kill so many men. They couldn't even put up a fight. Such is the burden of those in positions of power. We must make difficult decisions for the sake of protecting others. It is not a choice, but a duty. And you performed your duty to perfection. You honor me with your words, my lord. You deserve it. After all, my father, your king, has always spoken well of you. I know he even considered you a friend. Oh, the king's dead. If the king spoke so, I am honored by such confidence. Truly. What do you think of my father? How was it to serve under him? The king was wise, skillful, and a strong leader. I would have followed him anywhere. That is what I have heard from everyone who knew him. Already I fade in comparison. Ah, poor Basil. My prince, I have not yet been crowned, as father's last wish was that I should find a wife first. No doubt he wished that I find someone capable of ruling by my side. Of course, every noble in the land is eagerly pushing any eligible daughter toward me. But I need a strong woman I can rely on, a queen who can support my agenda no matter how hard it's going to be. I am a simple warrior, my lord. I know very little of romance and politics. Nonsense! My father trusted you in more matters than war. I am too willing to do that. And I am too willing to do that. I am too willing to do that. Blar. Please advise me, not as the captain of the guard, but as my friend. But I confess, even my own palace is not safe for discussing such delicate matters. The walls have ears, and I would not wish for my search for a wife to become any more public than it already is. Might as well go hunting together tomorrow morning. I think we would find the forest a safer place for a discussion. Such an action is dangerous, my lord. If something were to happen to you, there is no one to succeed you on the throne. Is that so? I cannot imagine anything safer than having the famous captain of the guard by my side. If that is what you wish, my lord. That is indeed what I wish. You can go now, friend. My prince. Good old Perrault. Brave captain of the royal guard, first sword of the kingdom, veteran of the renegade war. Reduced to killing common thugs and guarding marketplace stalls, not yet aware of how obsolete his role is. These are difficult times that require a new kind of bravery and power. Our wars will not be fought using iron and fire, but gold and lies. Prince Basil. I hope you can adapt to these new times, my poor old friend. Because when I become king and start realizing my plans, goodness knows I'm going to need someone like you. What plans? That sounds awful mysterious. Later that night. Finally, I have some time to myself after doing Kermosa's bidding all day. I admit, it wasn't such a bad day. Even though I was running errands, I managed to get on Kermosa's good side for once. She even made sure I got a warm meal in exchange. Maybe she's not as bad as I used to think. Oh dear, am I going crazy? Maybe I'm turning into my sisters. Sure, she's strict, rough, and downright cruel at times, but it's not like she had much choice. As far as I know, she wasn't born as high nobility. She had to work her way to where she is now. That had to leave a mark. Even now, things must be difficult for her having to run this house. She's just a solitary woman for most. That doesn't keep her from being a horrible person, with barely a hint of redeeming qualities, though. I can't believe how exhausted I am after today, though. My feet ache, and I feel so sleepy. I should go to bed. Kermosa certainly won't allow me to sleep in tomorrow. Oh, for goodness sake. Oh, shit. I forgot to turn down my phone. Was that someone knocking at the door? Why would someone be visiting us at such a late hour? Excuse me. Silence! I paid for your discretion, and yet you pound on the door as if it's a war drum. Right. Pardon, madam. I swear I'll be silent as the tombs are, right away. Mum's the word. Enough with your nonsense. The package is ready to go. Can I trust you? Oi. You wound my pride, madam. I'm more trustworthy than an old priest in a confessional. Such an utterance is of little comfort to me. No one can escape Kermos's biting tongue. Now, prove that there is some value to your words and go before someone sees you. I could follow him. I think he's gone. What was that about? What on earth is Kermosa trying to hide? Maybe I should sneak out the window and try to follow him. He can't have gone far. If I leave now, I'm sure to catch up with him. No. That's crazy. I can't do that. I didn't want to push my friend to know what they're up to, but at the same time... Oh, I really want to know! I want to know what she's up to! Crap! I don't know! I could stay in my room and do, bugger all. I want to know. Really bad. I must be crazy, but this might be my only chance. How long have I waited here, wishing for a change? Finally, an opportunity has presented itself. Kermosa clearly has a secret. If I could figure it out, I might have an advantage over her. No one is outside the window. Now is as good a time as ever. Here goes nothing. Well, now what? I tried to keep my distance while following that man, and now I've lost his trail completely. If he's somewhere up ahead, I'll really have to hurry to catch up with him. But if I accidentally pass him, then I run the risk of running into him when I return home. Ow! Curse these demonic excuses for plants. The way you scratch at a fellow, you're more like wildcats than shrubs. That must be him. He's close. I better hide. Ah, blasted rocks. What are they doing in my path? You'd think they'd clear out this place, accounting for that a fellow can't see a thing in the dark. It's not proper, I tell you. Well, I'm sure this will be the place where I'm scheduled to meet that smartass merchant. Smartass or not, shouldn't you be more careful when talking about the man who pays you? Oi, boss! I was just talking a little to myself. No harm meant, Oops. Truly, I suppose I can let this one go. If you've brought the package as discreetly as Lady Kermosa requested. Of course. No ifs about it, boss. It wounds my honor that you doubt my competence for even a moment. No, I'd never doubt you. Now hand it over. Before I do, boss, I have a little something I need to ask you. And what would that be? You know I'm an honest man, but my curiosity took hold of me so hard I had to look inside this package. Right? And lo and behold, my eye spies a mighty fine necklace set with rubies and made of gold. It's worth thousands of sovereigns at least, yeah? I specifically instructed you not to look inside. But the necklace? Yes, it's probably worth quite a lot of money. I don't get it, boss. Why is the noble lady paying us to take this off of her hands? Seems all the wrong ways around to me. I'm sure she has her reasons. You're not being paid to poke around and ask needless questions. In fact, if you don't keep your mouth shut, you won't be paid at all. Whoa, boss. No need to get so angry. My mouth is secure as the royal treasury it is. I doubt the contents are quite as valuable. Still, you've completed your task, so here's your pay. 15 sovereigns. Try not to drink it all at once. Me? Never! You wound me with your accusations, boss. I'm sure. Well, I should return to town before someone stumbles upon us. What on earth is Tobias up to? Never mind that. If I don't do something, they'll leave before I can do anything. Now might be my only chance to confront him, but I probably shouldn't act too impulsively. No! 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 That's a terrible idea. There's 2 men up to sneaky business. You're 1 woman with no weapons. Hey, what are you guys up to? Next thing you know, you're dead in the woods somewhere. No! I think I've seen enough. I better go back before they catch me or someone finds me missing. I'll talk to Tobias about this later after I've had some time to think about it. It's best to speak with him alone anyway. No! You just pretend you don't know. In the morning. Oi, what a night. Maybe boss was right when he said not to drink away my pay in one go. Still, can't say it wasn't worth it for how great last night was. Wait, what exactly happened last night? How did I even wind up here? Oh no. The deer went this way, my lord. Oi, someone's coming. Better lay low for a mite. Oh shit. He's gonna hear about the whole wife thing and it's gonna get all bullshitty. Hurry before he gets away. Forget the deer, Captain. There are more important matters at hand. If this is about what you asked yesterday, my lord, I know little of politics or affairs of the court. That's exactly why I need you. You're straightforward and honest, and you see things I can't. Behind all those smiles, everyone in the court lies to me. No, you're the only man I can trust. I will serve you to the best of my ability. What is it you wish to discuss? It's about my father's last wish. I must have a wife before I ascend the throne. How am I to choose one? There is a ball in a few days. Isn't that your chance to find an eligible young lady? In theory. But that's the problem. How will I be able to tell? The monarchy is weak without a king, and the nobles around me are plotting to advance themselves. Don't pick a noble. They groom their daughters like prizes or prize spaniels in hopes that I'll be taken in by a pretty face. I need a wife who's strong and smart, someone who can rule the kingdom wisely, not feed me her father's poisonous words. But I doubt that I'll ever find such a woman. Not in court, you won't. I've no doubt many women, or such women exist, my lord. You should not give up so easily. You're right, Captain. It's just that I haven't had the fortune to meet one yet. I'm surrounded by women who know little more than how to curtsy. And they do little more than wait to be handed out as political tokens. Truly, it is disheartening. And yet you must choose a wife from among the nobility regardless. It is, after all, tradition. As if tradition mattered, and to that brood of vipers, they plot to control the throne before it is even in my grasp. If I marry to please a powerful horse house, I risk having a fool for a wife, but what other choice do I have? If we respect the traditions to the fullest, you'd be able to choose any woman at the ball, even someone you didn't know. How convenient that rule is often forgotten. Because if you piss off all the nobles, they can start an uprising! That's how it works. You have to pick one from the noble house. You can't just pick a random girl, because then you make really powerful enemies. The noble houses control way more of the land than people like to think. Someone I didn't know. Captain, you're brilliant! It's perfect! I'm not sure I follow your thinking, my lord. A masquerade ball! I'll be able to choose from the women without discriminating over looks or political ties. They've been pushing me to follow traditions for so long, they can't complain if I remember the old rules. Captain, you are truly a remarkable man. I see now why Father trusted you so much. Of course, my lord. Well, it is always an honor to be of service. Thank you so much, my friend. You are a rare breed indeed, still faithful to your ideals. Ideals or not, our prey has long since escaped us, and if we linger any longer, people might grow suspicious. You're right, my friend. Let us return to the castle with all haste. Now that I have a solution in mind, I can return with a light heart. Aw. Well, that's a bit of juicy gossip you don't hear every day. A masquerade ball, huh? I know a certain lady who would pay handsomely for this information, that she would. The day may have started lousy after all of last night's drinking, but it's turned out to be quite a good one after all. All thanks to a few extra rounds at the pub. You can't go wrong with that. Oh, what time is it? The sun is already so high in the sky. I must have slept in! Considering how long I spent outside last night, that's hardly a surprise. I'm still not sure what to think about what happened. I want to trust Tobias, but... well, at least it's something different from usual. It's strange how my life has been so boring all this time. Then suddenly all these things are happening to me. But even stranger than that. I wonder why no one has come to wake me up yet. It must be at least noon, if not later. Surely Kermosa hasn't decided to be gracious and grant me a holiday. I want none of your pitiful excuses! Uh-oh, Kermosa's definitely not in a gracious mood. I should get going and see what's going on before she catches me like this. Like how I just wake up all dressed. Perfectly neat. Everyone is here. You're an even bigger disappointment than usual. Looks like Kermosa's mad at Gloria today. I wonder why. Hey, Sophia. Cinders, not so loud. I don't want to get in trouble or miss any of this. But what's going on? Business as usual. Mother's in a bad mood and Gloria was the nearest thing she could yell at. Oh my god, I feel like a real sister. I'm not interested in your excuses. It is your duty to make sure that there's enough wood for this fireplace. Huh? I thought we had servants for that. But if the servant is allegedly ill, then find someone else. Do it yourself if you have to. Maybe I should have had Cinders take over your duty. At least she's capable of doing things correctly. Oh shit. Gloria's gonna be pissed at me. Mother, how can I what? Do as I please in my own household? I worked hard to earn what you girls enjoy now. I bled and cried to get this far. What have you done? Once you earn as much as I have, feel free to do as you please. She's pulling down the mom hammer. But right now, all I see is an incompetent little girl, and I doubt that that will change anytime soon. I'm ashamed to call you my flesh and blood. Right now, I wouldn't mind having Cinders as a daughter instead. Gloria's gonna hate me. That's enough. Dinner must be ready in 2 hours. I expect you to have found someone to chop the wood by then. Kermosa's as cruel as ever. Gloria looks like she's about to burst into tears. Cinders! Sophia! What have you been doing, standing there gawking at me like that? This is all your fault. If it weren't for you... Look, sis, I know. It's not fun to be, yelled at by Mom. It's okay. We'll be good. We'll be good. I'm gonna scooch over a little. Apparently not. I guess my chair has decided it lives here now. Gloria, you know what Kermosa is like. When she's angry, everyone around her is a victim. I know she says hurtful things, cruel things. It's just her way of motivating people, I think. I know we're not friends, and maybe we never will be, but please don't think of me as your enemy. I know you're doing your best, and I'm sorry that you were treated that way. You didn't deserve it. I know my words won't change much, but I still want you to know. I don't know what to say. Oh, what's this? You usually have such a sharp reply, but now you can't think of anything to say? What happened to the perfect, glorious, outspoken Gloria? One scolding from Mom is all it takes to shut you up. I don't have time to deal with your childish jealousy right now, but watch your tongue. It will certainly get you into trouble someday. Anyway, you two heard, Mother. Dinner must be ready in 2 hours, so get started. What? Why do I have to get dinner ready? Because I'll be busy taking care of Mother's other needs, like getting the wood chopped. If you'd rather not, I can always tell Mother you refuse to obey her orders. Fine, I'll do it. Just pray that your food isn't poisoned. As if you'd have the guts to do such a thing, little sister. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have duties to attend to. Oh, Gloria's the oldest. The way she behaved... Wait a minute. That was really biased of me. I'm the oldest, and I tend to look down on the littlest sister, because they tend to be spoiled just a bit. Actually, that does make sense that Gloria would want to be like her mom if she's the oldest, because you want to be the, like, one that's proving yourself. Irrelevant. Moving on. Well, it looks like I'm stuck working with you, Cinders. Ooh. Why were you so cruel to Gloria? You sure told her. I think that we all just need to get along. Everybody just needs to chill out and be happy. Why were you so cruel to Gloria? Why? Don't you hate her too? Well, maybe, but you're her sister. Aren't you supposed to support each other? Oh, if only Gloria believed that. Now, no, there's certainly no support here, and it's mostly her fault. She always acts so smug and self-righteous, but there's no trace of her own will or personality in there. She's just trying to copy Mom, even though that's impossible. And of course, she takes out all her frustration on me. She probably thinks Mom will recognize her more if she keeps degrading me. I have no reason to be kind to her. I understand, but don't you wish that you would change, or that would change? Living under Camosa is hard enough already. Wouldn't it be better to band together instead of fight each other? That's right, I'm planning an uprising. Maybe, but why does it matter? Why am I even discussing this with you? I must be getting desperate. Of course, I want to be on better terms with Gloria, but she drew the line a long time ago. I may not be as clever or as beautiful as Mom or Gloria, but I'm not naive. People don't just change. They'll remain cruel as long as it benefits them. That's such a sad outlook on life. It must have been really hard for you growing up. Oh, please. I don't need pity, especially not from you. Life is horrid and no amount of sweet words will change that. Now, let's go get dinner ready before we get in trouble. It'll be nice having someone helping me with dinner for once. Hurry up and take out all the ingredients we're going to need. Why me? Isn't it obvious? I hardly stepped foot in this place, so naturally I don't know where anything is. Naturally. That doesn't mean you can't help with preparation, though. I don't really have a choice in the matter, do I? There's no way you can prepare dinner in 2 hours alone. I'll be in just as much trouble as you if it's not done. Mother isn't forgiving towards anyone. I figured I figured that much out myself. Now, here are all the ingredients. Yuck, the stench is unbelievable. Are they rotting or something? No, this is just how vegetables smell. They do grow in soil, you know. Sure, but I can't believe you actually live with this odor. I bet sometimes you must feel like a rather large carrot yourself. Or a beetroot. Maybe? That's very funny, Sophia. Besides, it wasn't exactly my choice to move in here. I used to have a proper bedroom before Gloria took it. Of course, how could I forget? Still, you should be grateful. They say that harsh conditions help to build character. You're bound to become a diamond here, while poor Gloria softens with every passing hour. Can't you give me a break for once? If that's how it's going to look, I prefer to risk Hermosa's anger and prepare dinner alone. Oh, fine. Don't be so uptight, sis. One Gloria in this house is one too many. So, what was it like before we moved in with you anyway? Ooh. I'm just gonna tell her. We never chat like sisters. Do you really want to know? Of course. We've got to talk about something, or else it'll be awfully dull in here. You can't just admit that you're actually interested in my life? Well, if you must know, the moment we started talking, I decided it's better to imagine you're a character from some bad romance novel. It's much less personal like that. You're such a darling sometimes. I know, right? I may not be the worst or best in my family, but you can't accuse me of lacking creativity. But let's get back to that book you're in. Well, life was different when Father was still alive, more carefree, although I suppose that's how childhood is. Father had a way with kids. I think he was a rather big child himself. Always dreaming. I loved it back then. I see. And how do you feel about it now? I don't know. It was too dreamy? No, too dreamy. You gotta grow up. It may have been fun when I was a child, but looking back on it, I think Father was overprotective. He raised me to live in a dream instead of reality. Unfortunately, life is a lot more complicated than in fairy tales. You can say that again. Imagination can only work so far, and all dreams eventually come to an end. You're right. Sometimes I wish Father had better prepared me to be awake. What about your mother? Do you remember her? Unfortunately, she passed away giving birth to me. I still feel guilty about it, even though I know it doesn't make any sense. Father told me a lot about her, but I don't really know if that's how she was, or just an idolized image. Either way, I know her death had a huge impact on him. I think he was very lonely. Perhaps that was why he preferred to get lost in dreams rather than face real life. I'm sure it got even worse after we came into your life, huh? Ew, this onion is making my eyes wet. Give that to me, I'll chop it for you. If you rinse the knife first, it shouldn't sting that much. As for you, I'd say my life was definitely different after you came in. Oh, just be honest. I know your life has been miserable ever since your father married our lovely mother. Trust me, it's not like Gloria and I wanted this either, and yet here we are, one big, happy family. You can be awfully cynical at times. Oh, you noticed? Fine then. Yes, my life got a lot worse when you showed up. I'm a servant, no, a slave, in my own house. Not like you understand. Yes, what could I possibly know about it? Stupid onion. It sounds to me like it's your turn to talk about yourself, or your life. Well, there's not much to say. That can't be true. It's obvious a lot happened to you and Gloria. You wouldn't be like this otherwise. Besides, you said you wanted a conversation, so tell me about yourself. My God, how long have we lived together and we never had a convo? Fine, but don't say I didn't warn you. When we were children, we lived out in the countryside. Our house wasn't as nice as this one, though. Our father was a military man. He got himself killed in some war, and that left Mother a widow. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't be. I hardly even saw the man. When he was around, he was like a complete stranger, not a proper father at all. His death meant nothing to us. What about Cremosa? It must have affected her. Maybe that's why she's the way she is now. Was that supposed to be a joke? Mom didn't care about him any more than we did. Then why did she marry him? Well, why does anyone get married? Oh. I'm gonna say for many reasons. Sometimes it's for political gain, sometimes it's for love. But that's why there are many reasons. There are a lot of reasons for people to get married. I don't think I can give one solid answer. Some do it to gain higher status or more riches. It's also a way to ensure you aren't alone when you're old. And sometimes love, or at least mutual respect, plays a role too. You're right. For instance, an ugly girl like me would only attract men looking for status. They would try to climb the social ladder using my back for rungs. Oh, she doesn't think she's pretty. That's so sad. It was the opposite with Mother. She used her looks to attract a man of higher social ranking. If you had a penchant for melodrama, you could say she climbed his her body to where she is now. Hermosa comes from a poor family. They had a title of nobility, but they'd lost most of their riches and splendor. The only way for her to advance up the social ladder was to marry, and she was ambitious. She married an officer who was relatively rich and had a lot of accolades. She probably planned ahead, even there. For all I know, she chose a man who would probably die in battle so that she could marry even higher later. How can you say that? That's such a cruel assumption. Cruel? It's not like she killed him. He would have died anyway. She just wanted something more out of life. It's still a cold thing to do. Cold? Sure, it's cold. It's business. I don't see what's wrong with it. Mother's not dumb. She did what she had to do. There's not much room in this world for women with ambitions, so you take what you can get. So back then, your life was as bad as it is now? Worse. What? How so? Well, you weren't around. Whoa! Listen, if you're not around, who do you think becomes the victim? Mother always needed a scapegoat, and Gloria would do anything to please that woman. I'm not as pretty, smart, or ambitious as them, so naturally she humiliated me, and Mom didn't disapprove. And now that I'm here, they no longer target you, is that it? That's exactly it. Mom and Gloria have a new scapegoat, and my life is finally a little bit better. Oh, I see. So now that you're no longer tormented, you chose to torment me instead. Of course. Nothing personal, but it's either me or you, and I certainly don't want to be the victim again. Besides, you should be grateful. Didn't your father shield you from the real world too much? Well, now you get to see exactly what it's like. That's the way of all things. You're either a hunter or the prey. And as long as Mother and Gloria focus on you, I can go back to being my own worthless self. God! They pushed her down so hard when she was a child, she honestly thinks she's worthless. And she just settles for not being the target of being called worthless. She accepts that she's worthless and ugly, even though she's not. As long as they don't call her worthless and ugly, she's okay. That's so sad! You are not worthless! Just listen to yourself. You're not worthless, ugly, stupid, or even cruel. My, and what has made you an expert all of a sudden? That's ridiculous. It's obvious the person you hate the most is yourself, but you have no reason to. So you make up all these excuses, like you're too stupid, or ugly, or worthless, when you know it's not true. But it's an easy way out, isn't it? You prefer to convince yourself you're nothing, so that nobody will expect anything more from you. And don't you have to change, or you don't have to change or do anything if you're worthless after all. And you sound like you're trying to convince yourself that you're all-knowing. You're not worthless, Sophia. You know that. It's almost endearing how hard you're trying to see good in other people, but you're just being naive. It's not naive at all. I was paying attention to when you were talking, and I learned something important. You think you're worthless because you can't measure up to Hermosa or Gloria, but it's the opposite. Hermosa is a woman of strong influence. It's easy to get drawn in and conform to what she wants. The fact that you've resisted means that you're stronger than Gloria. It means that you're stronger than Hermosa. I'm sorry you had to suffer for it, but that makes you even more admirable. You really had it rough, and I know that it left its mark on you, but it doesn't make you worthless. I'm gonna build everybody up. You know, I don't need your pity. Trust me, that's the last thing on my mind. You've still been absolutely horrid to me. But now that I know what happened to you, well, I just wish that you knew better. Listen to me closely, Cinders, because I'm only going to say this once. I am sorry. I'm sorry for everything. I'm not promising that I'll change, but it's better than nothing. Thank you. I'm glad we could speak with each other like this. Maybe it's the start of something better. And don't get your hopes up. Anyway, it looks like dinner is nearly ready, so I'm leaving. Just make sure you are to hurry. I will. See you later. Wait, Sophia. What? Just remember that sometimes it's easier to get through tough situations if you have someone on your side. I suppose so. I wonder if I got through to her. I can't believe we actually had that conversation. That was definitely unexpected. I think I need some time to think it over. This meal is nearly done anyway. All that's left is to get one of the servants to cook the rest right before it's served. I really need to get out and gather my thoughts. Everyone is busy, so I'm sure no one will notice if I sneak out. Woo! That was... Woo! Damn! We connected! I'm so happy! Like I have a real sister and shit. Adorable. No, that's... Unfortunately, that really is how it becomes. Like, if you have a parent that's really on you, your siblings become your support system. How much harder it must be for step-siblings or, like, an adopted child in another household. Because it's so easy to be like, they're not real blood, so you pick on them because so that since they are already the outcast, they become a scapegoat, obviously, for everybody's hate and anger. And when a parent is down on a kid more than very strict parents, while I appreciate their want for discipline and child improvements, can get really frustrating on some children, because if they don't show growth fast enough, then some parents really, like, smack down on it, and you gotta give your child room to breathe. But yeah, no, if you have siblings, I know from experience, like, I don't super love, I love my siblings, I don't super like my siblings, that's probably what I'm going for, but when it comes down to it, we will band together if somebody's, like, hating on us, even if it is our own parents, just because you need that support, you need that emotional support. Nobody understands what your parents are like more than your other siblings. I don't know. That's why it's got to be hard on only children, because especially with an only child, parents are usually pushing them more to succeed because they don't have any more children to, like, hope that they can succeed. So it's gotta be hard on only children just because they don't have the support system to help take that pressure off of them or understand what they're going through. So if you know somebody who's an only child, be there for them. They need a friend because they don't have siblings to be their friends. Well, that's enough. I'm going to get off that soapbox. That's ridiculous. Alright, so I suppose Cinders is going to sneak out and do whatever next time, and hopefully I don't get in trouble for dinner burning or whatever is going to happen. I'm sure something terrible is going to happen and Carmosa is going to get pissed at me. But hopefully I'm getting Sophia and Gloria on my side just a little at a time. Alright, so until next time, peace out, y'all.